From the jungles of Florida, where everything is boring and weird, here's Zombie 38 with his E3 reaction regarding the Microsoft presentation. And while my PlayStation 4 is updating, finally it did, I'm gonna talk about it. They show over 40 games, like 20 exclusives, I believe. And regarding the hardware is what it was expected. So there's nothing else to say about it. It's way more powerful than the PS4 Pro. But what I was really expecting about it was the price. It was way more than 500. Let's say 600, 700 bucks. I will have to pass. But 500 bucks is doable. And my PlayStation 4 is still updating. Alright, thank you. Going back into the subject, yes, Microsoft is doing good in that regards. But the games, they look pretty good. Amazingly good. Most of them. I like a lot of Metro. It looked fantastic. Anthem and some others, but to be honest, I don't want more first person shooters, man. They are just infect. There are way too many now, but I know that's what is commanding this generation, so I don't blame it. But let's talk about the games that I like, that impressed me a little bit. I have to resort to my list, and the first game that at least impressed me in terms of what I saw was Metro. I don't remember if there was something else like a subtitle or anything. So, but it looked pretty good. And then another game that they present was State of Decay. That was another. They have zombies now with headlights as eyes, for eyes. I don't know. I never played the first one either, but I don't know. I'm tired of zombies, man. They are all the same. But anyways, there's other zombies that are fun to play, like the Call of Duty ones. Another game that really caught my eyes was Artful Escape. That was kind of neat to watch. That guy playing the guitar while jumping. That was something that I like to see on video games. Something much much more creative than some guy with a gun running and jumping and killing everything in their sight. That doesn't mean that it's bad. If you like it, that's fine. But a guy like me that played tons of those already, it's no way for me to come back and play tons of those. One or two per console is fine with me. Maybe three if they show up something else. And moving on to another game that caught my eye was Crackdown 3. Yeah, looks nice, but like a friend of mine, he commented that it looked too much like Borderlands, and I gave him the reason. He's right. He's completely right. I was expecting more nitty-gritty style, but it kind of looks like Borderlands in that regards. Graphics, the gameplay looks amazing. Another game that caught my eye was That shooter that looks like a cartoon. What's the name? Cuphead. Yes, Cuphead. I know it's a multiplat, so I don't care too much if the other guys could play it on 4K. So but that's good. That's a good game to have in their system. I'm not sure if it's coming to PlayStation 4, but I'm assuming that it will at some point. Another game that looked cool was Anthem. Um, but the script, man, like it was kind of boring, but the graphics were amazing. It looks decent. Okay, another. I guess if the game suffered for Titanfall Halo wannabe or something like that. Um, Another game that I was kind of looking about, that caught my eye. Forza 7. That was the first game that they show, if I'm right. Looked incredibly amazing. But you know why? One thing that I was thinking is Microsoft is going to release on November 7th the Xbox One X. That's the official name of the new Xbox, or the upgraded version of the Xbox One. And it's a 4K machine for in a world of 1080p TVs. I don't think that many people have upgraded their TVs to 4Ks, and the ones that are probably claiming that they have a cheap 4K scalar TV that is not real true TV. It's not even HDR. So whatever Microsoft, if you want to release it, that's fine. But they thought about it. They are using super sampling to make their games look better even in a 1080p TV. So they were not stupid. Another thing that I like about and I'm jumping and rambling like crazy because this is not scripted. The Xbox One X, it's coming with a UHD Blu-ray drive, and that makes justice to the systems, I will say. Unlike the PS4 Pro, that came with a regular Blu-ray drive. Shame on you, Sony. Your competition is using your own hardware to put you in shame, to try to beat you up with your own hardware. So take note, Sony. If you release a PS Pro 4 version 2, whatever, make sure it includes an ultra, the UHD Blu-ray, because you guys are the owners of that. So whatever Microsoft is doing is paying you. So don't be stupid. All right, and that was my rant about it. And another thing about this presentation was I didn't feel any excitement at all. It was just all a bunch of pretty looking games, and not too much creativity. But I think it's gonna happen anyways. The move to 4K was going to happen. Microsoft is the first one to do it, so let's roll for it. And another thing that I like from this presentation is that the inclusion of original Xbox games as part of their lineup for the Xbox One games. That was really good to know that they're gonna support the original Xbox. and of course they're gonna keep doing Xbox 360 compatible titles. Nice play, Microsoft. That was very nice of you, because we know the PlayStation 4, that dude there, doesn't have many PS2 games or PS1 games, but more likely I'm talking about PS3 games being, you know, like digital downloads or compatibility, blah blah blah. It's nothing like that that doesn't compare, I would say. Um, so I will say, Sony, step up to the plate and do something about it. I know you're doing that, but it's like it's not well organized, like in Microsoft case. So that was probably the best part for me. That, oh yeah, so if I buy an Xbox One X, I will be able to play most of my Xbox 360 games, all my Xbox One games, and some of the best of original Xbox games. So that covers all. They only have now 4 consoles released. So counting that November will be okay for them to release it. So that's all for now. I think that Nintendo and Sony, I talk basically about Sony, what they have to do, how they should react about this. Nintendo is in another league, with their hybrid console, the Switch. They have to step up with more games, especially games created from scratch to sorry, for the Switch, and not too many Wii U ports. I'm not hating that. It's just they have to show them that they're in the works, or a Metroid Prime, something that will, tease us and wait for the system. If you don't have it like me, I'm waiting for this around December. I will be getting mine. I'm hoping something to motivate us right now. So Microsoft is doing their part with more compatibility, 4K games, UHD Blu-ray drive, more power. So even if they fail, nobody could blame them that they have not done their homework. They're listening their feedback. I even now remember that they are going to some of their games for Xbox One, like Killer Instinct, will receive an upgrade to run better and look better on the Xbox One, and that's what I call customer support. That apparently Microsoft is doing a good job right now in that regards. I will say Nintendo has to step up to the plate. They're doing way much better with the merchandising. I mean, the marketing of the Switch. I could see Switch everywhere in my YouTube ads, and magazines, and sometimes even on the TV. So, my Nintendo, good job. You're doing great in that regard. But tomorrow, I believe, no, or Tuesday is the presentation of Nintendo. So I'm hoping to get surprised. Some new IPs, maybe 1 or 2, exclusive to the Switch. No more 3DS, because the 3DS basically still alive. But if the Switch keeps doing well, mark my words, they're gonna switch to the Switch. Let's put it that way. Forget about the 3DS. Great system. I have one and I like it, but the Switch is way better. Even I don't have one, but I play a little bit with one. So Nintendo, step up to the plate. Bring more games, even if they're all like Nintendo 64, GameCube games. Yes, bring GameCube games. So we have one system that rule everything Nintendo. NES, Super NES, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Wii U, and Switch, all in one package. And you know what? If you decided even to join forces with Sega and bring Dreamcast games and Sega Saturn games, you will be unstoppable. Remember that. This is Thumbie38. No more crap to say. I'm looking forward for Nintendo's presentation, and of course Sony's, and I will have my reaction as well. Thank you very much. Sorry. Thank you very much for watching. Like or subscribe to this crazy guy here in Florida. Have a great night and happy gaming. Bye bye. Sorry for the boring background, but it's just me. Zombie. Bye. Take care. Woo! Horizon.